If you're in the mood to spend some money on some good makeup, you've come to the right place. Hey everybody, welcome back to the YouTube channel. If you don't know me, my name is Amanda Frisch. Last week we discussed makeup that feels like luxury, feels like high end, but it's under $20. That video is if you're balling on a budget or you just don't want to spend a lot of money on makeup. This week's video is her more expensive older sister. The quality of the drugstore in the last 2 or 3 years skyrocketed. That being said though, there's just some high-end products that cannot be duped, cannot be replicated, whether it's the formula, the ingredients used, the longevity on the skin, the innovation, whatever it is, they're just some higher end products that if you want something that's going to give you that effect, you just got to spend the money. This video specifically is high-end products worth the money, complexion edition. A little bit about me. So I started getting into makeup when I was like 19, 20. It was the same time I started getting acne, okay? So now I am 30, so I've spent over a decade being really picky about my complexion, my overall base routine, and trying to find the right routine for my dry, acne-prone skin. If I'm going to take recommendations for anybody when it comes to complexion, foundation routine, whatever it may be, it's going to be someone with acne, okay? We know coverage levels. We know if it's going to break us out. There's just so many things that you have to think about when it comes to complexion when you're viewing it through the lens of somebody with acne-prone skin. We're gonna keep it cute today. I'm gonna give you 10 splurge-worthy products that are incredible. They all wear beautifully. They all look gorgeous on the skin. They don't break me out. All 10 of these products are things that I have purchased and I have used for months, if not years with some of them, and I will continuously repurchase because they're that damn good. If you love beauty videos as much as I do, please go ahead and subscribe. I would love to have you here. This whole channel is just talking all things beauty, what's new in beauty, what's the tea on beauty, reviews, everything like that. So if you like that, I would love to have you. I'd love to kiki with you and just really get the tea on what's going on in the beauty industry. Ooh, 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 ooh. Before we get started, it's about 3:30 p.m. here. I'm hitting that afternoon slump. So my beverage of the video is an Alani cherry slush. The best flavor. Starting with a base product that to me is my desert island beauty product. You know how when people ask you like, what's one thing you would bring on a deserted island? A lot of people say SPF. To me, that's boring. Let's assume that there's sunbum on the island, okay? The beauty product I would bring is this. This is the Say Glowy Super Gel. This one specifically is in Rose Glow. It comes in glass packaging. It's very, very luxe. To me, if I had to describe Say Beauty, it is a brand for dry skin. All of their stuff is very hydrating, very glowy. For some people, too glowy. For me, never, baby. What I love about this product and why I think it makes it so worth the splurge is how many different ways you can use this in your beauty routine. So this is the shade Rose Glow. My favorite shade is Star Glow, but I'm out of that one. This one's really beautiful too. If you haven't tried it, it's just this like straight up gorgeous dewy luminous finish. Look how stunning that is. Some of the different ways you can wear this, number one, and one of my favorite ways, is on a no makeup day. So just putting this on the skin with a little bit of an under eye balm to kind of even out any discoloration, and you have the prettiest, just glowy complexion. And yes, my acne still peeks through. You still see a little bit of redness, but it just makes your overall skin look so healthy. Like, especially when you're out in the sun, like say you're walking your dog, ooh, here I am with my little poodle, your skin will be glowing. I don't know why I said a poodle. That's just what came to my mind. But so it looks beautiful on a no makeup day. If you're wearing it with makeup, you can wear it as a base, so a glowy base underneath your other products. For me, I've said this before, I love a full glam beat. I love to be matte, but putting this underneath gives you just a little bit of hydration, but a little bit more glow. So it turns your matte foundation into more of a satin matte foundation or a skin finish foundation. Another really beautiful way to wear this is tapped on the high points of your face. I can even do that right now just so I can show you a little in action, but how you would like a highlighting product. And I know I got a little juice on my skin right now, but look how pretty this is. I'm looking in my mirror behind you. You can just tap it on the high points of your face, and especially if you use this underneath your makeup, this just gives you a really cohesive look to the skin. And what I love too is my face is powdered up. Like, I am fully powdered, but what's nice is this isn't skipping on the skin at all. You can also use this on the inner corner of your eye if you want a little bit of a pop. I've gone through 2 of the Star Glow shade, and I love the Rose Glow shade as well. The most flattering shade range, if you are somebody who is looking for just a good glowy base product, this is my go-to. 2 base products that I have fallen in love with. I have a skin tint and a foundation to share with you, and one of these I have to give another public apology to because I judged a book by its cover. Starting with the apology, the Ilia Skin Tint. It wasn't even just this product that I judged the entire Ilia brand. To me, it just gives more grown up, a little bit less fun version of Glossier, and I know that is harsh, but that is what it gave me. As somebody who just wants coverage, like I want to look like I'm wearing makeup when I'm wearing makeup, you know, this just didn't seem like it was gonna be for me. That being said, a few months ago, they announced that they were coming to Ulta. I was like, okay, T. Okay, T. And because I'm on the Ulta Beauty Collective this year, and I was last year, one of the really cool perks of that group is we get to have master classes with new brands, founders, things like that. So they set up a master class for us with the founder of Ilia, and ahead of time they sent us a Google form so we could try out a bunch of different products, get our proper shades, things like that. I tried this skin tint, and I immediately was kicking myself. This looks insane on the skin. It is so hydrating. A true serum consistency, so it's very light on the skin. And this is what I call a marinator. That is a specific category in my foundation drawer of products that just marinate on your skin so beautifully. If anything, at the end of the day, they look even better on your skin than when you applied. This is one of those products. It's really thin and lightweight. It's a marinator. It has SPF 40, which is pretty impressive for a makeup product. It's very hydrating. If you are extremely oily, you might not be into this product. My dry skin soaks it up, and it has pretty decent coverage. I would say it's buildable, like almost touching medium. Not quite there though. It covers up my redness. It looks really flattering on my texture too. Even though it is glowy, it doesn't accentuate my pores or my acne or anything like that. And because of that, this has become one of my favorite skin tints. There's other things that are hot from the brand too. Their face-based milk, though pricey, very good. Their mascara, but this is like, when I was making this video, I was like, no, this has to be in here. Foundation I chose for this video is a little bit of deja vu, not for me, but I feel like just on beauty YouTube as a whole. It is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I'm 30 now, right? So I've been watching beauty YouTube for almost a decade. The two foundations people were talking about even back then were either Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk or Estee Lauder Double Wear. So I'm wearing this one today. You'll also see it in the demo video. If I had to give this a word to describe how it looks on my skin, I would say plush. It just makes my skin look so soft and hydrated. And I feel like some people are scared of the word luminous, especially if you are somebody who has maybe combo or oily skin. It's not so luminous. Like, yes, it makes my skin look plush and soft, but I don't think you would say I look overly greasy or overly dewy, you know? It's just like the Ilia in that it's a nice lightweight consistency. You can see the glow here, but you notice there's no glitter or shimmer in this formula. And I want to mention the shade range here is very, very solid, and I have my perfect shade match. Besides the About Face foundation we talked about last week, this is one of the few other foundations I have a perfect shade in, and I am at 3.75. This is the example of a foundation that has stood the test of time. Really solid shade range, nice amount of undertones. One of my favorites. And going with the video, this just feels high-end, from the application to the longevity to how it looks on the skin. Everything about this feels luxury. Let's talk concealers. I could not do this video without mentioning both of these. Like, I could not leave one of them out. And though there are similarities between the two, they are different enough that they have both entered places in my everyday makeup routine, and that's how I know they're good. Starting with an absolute bang, the Lancome All Over Concealer. When it comes to Lancome, you just immediately expect like, oh, it's a high-end brand, like I'm gonna easily pay $35, $40 for concealer. $29 for a concealer. It actually makes it one of the cheaper concealers on the high-end side. But the prices at the drugstore these days, they're getting closer to that $29 mark. It has this nice big doe foot to it that's nice and flexible too, so it really goes with the contours of your face. What I like about this concealer is, number one, it is budge proof. You can put this on early in the morning, sweat, do whatever you do throughout the day. At the end of the day, it will look the exact same. However you place this concealer and however you apply this concealer, that's the exact way it's looking at the end of the day. This is damn near full coverage, especially if you build it up, and it's more of a matte finish, but it's still hydrating. Because of that finish, you don't have to set this if you don't want to. I do though, just because I really like locking it in. I tried this for the first time almost 2 years ago. It'll be 2 years ago in May, and it was just phenomenal. Like, I'm almost done with this one. Maybe you can see I'm kind of scraping the sides now. Unless you want something really thin, lightweight, serum-like, this is a really good option. The other one is the NARS Pot Concealer. I've been using this for months and I'm just now hitting the bottom. That's how you know it's good. The reason it's such a good spot concealer is because it has the coverage to fully cover whatever blemish, hyperpigmentation you're putting it on, but because of that matte finish, it allows it to fully dry down. So when you're going in with products on top of it, they're not gonna move around at all. This is not lightweight. Like, she is thick, she is in charge, but she gets the job done. This is strictly for the face. I never put this on the under eyes, but if you have acne and you just want something that will fully cover it up, this is a great option. And if you want something like that, but a little bit more hydrating, a little bit more flexible before your under eyes, the Lancome is the way to go. If there was a high-end powder that is absolutely worth the hype it gets on social media, it's the One Size powder. These are the One Size Ultimate Setting Powders, and they are incredible. Think of Patrick Starr's makeup. Very full coverage, longevity, matte. That is what this is giving. These are some of the most full coverage, blurring powders that you can get in store, like at an Ulta or a Sephora. And the shade range is one of the best you can find anywhere. There's translucent options, there's deeper options, there's pink options, there's peach options. There's really something for everybody. This is how I fell in love with pink powder. So this is the shade Ultra Pink, and you can see how pink that is. Even if you are very fair like me, it's not too pink on us, and it's such a smooth powder. Pinky has 3 different pink shades depending on your skin tone. If you are worried about this looking too pink and you are similar to my shade, it's not. Just give the perfect amount of brightness without looking gray, but it's gonna blur and set your makeup in place that makes it budge proof all day. Like a crazy combo if you need long wear is the Lancome All Over Concealer with this on top. Match made in heaven. Depending on my makeup for the day, that's how I determine which one I'm going to use. Am I going with a pinky mauve cool tone blush? I'll go with Ultra Pink. Am I going with a warm tone, maybe coral terracotta blush? I'm going in with peach. You already know I really love cohesive makeup, making your whole face blend together. And when you can really get that gradient from your concealer to your setting powder to your blush all to match, it just makes everything so snatched. Every time I bring up powders, everyone asks about the Huda Beauty. The Huda Beauty is too fragrance for me personally. I know she temporarily dropped fragrance-free options. I've not been able to find those in store, so that is why the One Size just reigns supreme to me. Of all the products in this video, I think this one is going to be the most recent to me. I think I've had it 3 or 4 months, but this is a really nice powder option if you don't want something that's as full coverage and as just intensely blurring as the One Size. The Makeup by Mario is a great option. This is the Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin Soft Blur Setting Powder, and I have the lightest shade in Fair Pink. This is the difference in shades between Ultra Pink and Fair Pink by Makeup by Mario. You can probably tell here, look how smooth this powder is. This powder is extremely lightweight. I would say, depending on what kind of glam you are, I think you will find the Makeup by Mario might be more of your everyday glam, whereas the One Size is more like, I have an event, I have a wedding, like I need my makeup to be bulletproof. This is giving, I want that model skin that's lightly blurred, but nothing too crazy. The reason I bought this is I saw somebody describe this online as a setting powder for dry skin, and I completely agree with this. This is so airy and fluffy and just lightweight on the skin. It gives you that blur where you need it. So I use mine around my nose where I'm most porous, on my chin, and a little bit on my forehead to cancel out that additional shine. I feel like Makeup by Mario complexion for me personally has been a little hit or miss, but this for me is like such an extreme hit. If I were to recommend high-end powders to you like I am, it'd be either the One Size or this one, at least for loose powders. So this is your ultra glam, ultra blurred, full coverage, budge proof. This is your model off duty. You want some glam, you want some blur, but keeping it cute. 3 more products, but this is going to be the last powder product I share with you. This one's from Hourglass. This is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette. You can tell she's well loved. Look at this. Ooh. If you have tried Hourglass palettes before, you know a good word to describe them is ethereal. These are a baked formula, so they're very smooth and luminous on the face, but they're also very lightweight. I like lightweight makeup, if you couldn't tell. I also don't mind if you can feel makeup on your face, but they're just ethereal. Like they give you this really pretty luminosity to your skin, but not greasy looking, not oily looking, not powder highlight looking, just something light and gorgeous. You can wear these on their own, absolutely. You can wear them on the eyes, but I love using them all over the face. So I'll go in with the kind of bronzing shade on top of my powder and my liquid bronzer, and then I will use these 2 on the high points of my face. This is the light version of this palette. I believe there are 3 different trios depending on your shade, but this looks good on anything. Like I said, no makeup day, full glam day. This combination is really beautiful. If you do the Makeup by Mario all over your face, but then you kind of bring back some of that luminosity with the Hourglass, you kind of look like a bride. This is a really common makeup product you will find in a bridal makeup artist's kits because it does give you that just light, ethereal, bridal glow. Again, without being a powder highlight, but just giving your skin just a little something. The way it catches the light too is so beautiful. Like when you're turning your face, it just gives you like a little ooh. Because it's a baked formula and it's so smooth, this also looks phenomenal on mature skin as well. I think this might be the priciest product of this bunch, but it is so good. It's one of those that it's not a need. Like I'm not saying you have to have it, but the first time I tried it on a TikTok live, and the minute I literally swiped it on my face, I said, oh, I get it. I get the hype. Quick little lip break. This is the Kosas lip liner in Mega. I thought it said Mega at first. I was like, scary. It's a really pretty pink shade. I'm going over it with the blush I'm wearing today, which is the Say Dew Blush in Chili. Cute! Guess what the next product is? It's the Say Dew blushes! Look at how stunning these are. The reason these are in this video is because these are my favorite blush formula of all of my blush formulas. There was a while that I was only reviewing blushes. Like, I am truly blush obsessed. I love blush. I think it is such a special product. I think also is really cool about blush is it is something like True Rouge was popular 100 years ago, 200 years ago, and it's still popular now. Like, it as a makeup category has stood the test of time. But these Say Dew blushes are the prettiest, juiciest, dewiest blush with a really cool formula. What makes the formula so cool is they're like a gel type of consistency, so they're not a liquid, not a cream, right in the middle of that, but they look so gorgeous on the cheeks. I'm wearing the shade Chili today on my cheeks and on my lips, and what I love about this formula too is you can use it over powder. So I applied this on my cheeks, then I did my concealer, I set my face with powder, and then I went back in with this for a little bit more color and a little bit more dew to the complexion. And it doesn't lift your foundation or your powder. These are not everybody's cup of tea, but if you are somebody who is looking for a hydrated, just dewy blush, if you love the look of a dewy chic, and you want a shade range that's a little bit more unique, hope you can tell they're not just your basic, just a pink, just a coral, just a purple. This one I think especially is very unique and very cool, and this is also my favorite shade from them. This is the shade Spicy. It's that perfect rusty, like deep pumpkin-y shade. Oh, good that is. I also just love mixing the shades together. Like even the one I'm wearing today, mixed with Spicy, really beautiful. A really solid mix of warm tones, cool tones, and neutrals. They've got something for everybody. And these last a while. Like you get a really good bang for your buck. I bought shade Spicy, I want to say a year and a half, 2 years ago, and I'm still using this, and I use the shit out of this. You have dry skin or you want a dewy finish, these are so good. Last but not least, I had to include a setting spray. I feel like you cannot make a complexion video without including a setting spray, a facial mist, a fixing spray, one of those. This is a product I will not travel without. I always have at least the mini with me. It's the iconic One Size On Till Dawn. You'll notice I have the baby and the big mama. I always travel with this. Like I will take this everywhere I go. So I always have the mini with me when I travel, and then when I'm home, I use the big mama. This makes your makeup waterproof. And this is not for everyday use. Like I do not use this when I am just like at home, just like filming and doing whatever. Like this is specifically when I need my makeup to last until done. See what I did there? But no, like I use this when I need my makeup to last. This is not your everyday setting spray because it is very intense. This is waterproof. This is smudge proof. This is transfer resistant. Now I've said budge proof a couple times in this video. There's budge proof, and then there's this. I actually haven't applied any setting spray. I kind of wanted to do this together so I could show you a little tip of how to use these too. This is some heavy duty shit. What sold me on this was I saw Patrick from One Size dressed as Squidward, I think for Halloween, go underwater, come back up, makeup was fully intact. So it is heavy duty. I've heard people say this is like hairspray for your face. It is. It's like close your eyes, your mouth, hold your breath when you apply this because she's intense. So the tip I've seen online that's really helped me with this. So sometimes when you're spraying it, the mist is a little bit inconsistent. So you're kind of getting like a lot of spray in one place. What I learned though is to flip it over, and that way you get a nice even spray so you're getting a true even application. All right, you ready for this? Okay. Like if you are somebody who you're like, I just haven't found anything that keeps my makeup on all day, I promise you it is this. This one's hard to find in stock because it's always sold out because everybody knows it's good. It is worth the hype. If you don't want to commit to the big size, get the mini. I got a baby size. I loved it. And then the next time I went to Sephora, I got the big mama. Even though I sprayed that and it has more of a matte finish, you can see I still have luminosity to my skin. Like it didn't completely kill my shine. That's another reason I like this. L'Oreal makes an option that is similar for a cheaper price point, but this is 130% worth the money. Those were 10 high-end products actually worth the money. I hope you can tell when I was describing each of these, like I was getting really excited because I love them. I love applying them. I love looking at my reflection when I'm wearing them. Like these are just 10 products that I swear by and I'm using multiple times a week. With the exception of the One Size, because like I said, that's for events, that's not for every day. I would love to know in the comments, what is a high-end product that you will always spend the money on? Like no matter what, you don't think it can be duped. You don't think the drugstore is something comparable. I live by the idea of beauty at every budget. I think you can look glam no matter your price point, but there are just some things that truly just feel luxe. Like you just feel kind of like a bad bitch when you wear them. And I would argue that all 10 of these products do that for me. When I'm using them, when I'm wearing them, I just feel a little bit elevated, and to me, that makes them worth the price. If you haven't, go ahead and subscribe. You know I would love to see you back, baby. You know we're having fun together and we're talking about beauty and just talking about good glam, things that are worth it and things that aren't worth it. And remember what I said last week, bad bitches follow me on Instagram. I am at Amanda Frisch Beauty on IG. If you're wondering what we get into over there, yesterday I tried a mask made out of salmon sperm. Yeah. I did love it, by the way, but that's what we're getting into over on IG. It's just like things that like in the moment that I'm trying, reviewing, things I'm tasting, eating, whatever. Like it's just like more like frequent on IG stories. I'm at Amanda Frisch on TikTok. I would love to see you there. That's where all my short form content lives. A little bit of it comes over here for just a taste, but I really like to reserve YouTube, the majority of YouTube, for the long form tea. Some of these products are very popular and trendy, and some of them aren't, and that's what I love. I'm not all about just like stuff that's viral. I want stuff that's actually good and actually worth the money. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!